What's going on, you guys? Jordan over here at the Movie Den. I hope you all are doing well. So the other day I was talking, me and my buddies were talking and kind of just brainstorming on titles that we think, one, either need to finally come to 4K. That seems to be a very common topic that we always talk about. So that, and also what other titles out there we think need to get that boutique level treatment. Both of those we talk about all the time. And so I figured, you know what, I'm going to put a list together. And that's what I have today. I have 10, actually I think I might have 11 titles here that I think either need a boutique level treatment, or heck, some of them just I would love to see in 4K. But before I dive into this, guys, let me know down below, what are some titles that you really think need that 4K level treatment? I mean, some of you guys might say, we at least a Blu-ray, right? Or you would love to see a boutique label, give it a deluxe packaging, a bunch of new special features. Let me know down below. But no particular order here. We're just going to kick it off with what I have at the top of my stack. So guys, the first one here, this one I feel like is pretty likely to come out, I would say, this year from Arrow Video, and that is going to be the 90s It miniseries with Tim Curry portraying It. Now, this is the It that I obviously grew up with. I watched as a child. I had the little VHS double pack release of it. Well, my parents did. And this movie is really the reason that I kind of have, I guess you would call it a fear of clowns, is Tim Curry's It. Now, this new It is really great, but there's something the way Tim Curry did it, no CGI, really just used his facial features. And man, it is chilling, and it's a fantastic miniseries or movie, however you want to call it. It's technically a miniseries. But the reason I say that I think this is has a good chance to come out from Arrow Video this year, because they are doing the Salem's Lot miniseries, and it just seems to be the logical next step. What is another miniseries they can do from Warner Brothers that, heck, is a Stephen King story? Well, that would be It. I would feel like if they got the rights to Salem's Lot, they might have the rights to this and give us that deluxe chunky box treatment on 4K. That would be glorious. So there is my first pick for today's video, is going to be the It miniseries. Next one, guys, this one right here, this has a 4K. This has gotten so many Anchor Bay different type of boutique level releases, but I think it's high time for this to get a modern day boutique level treatment. Say an Arrow, Second Sight, Scream Factory, there's a bunch out there. I mean, that doesn't really matter, but the original, The Evil Dead. Now, the 4Ks we have right now, I believe, yeah, they're from Lionsgate. So likely, I think if anybody's going to be re-releasing this, obviously, it'll probably be a Lionsgate Limited Steelbook. Now, we've seen them do the Frailty in that kind of chunky box. The Conversation is one of them. I would prefer them to go that route with this movie than just a standard Steelbook with a designed slipcover. I mean, if that's all they're going to give us, I'll take it. But I really would love to see more special features come out with this. And I mean, for this, I mean, all it's showing on the back for special features is just an audio commentary with Sam Raimi, the producer, and Bruce Campbell. I'm just surprised with how iconic this film is that, we haven't gotten something, at least from maybe Lionsgate Limited. Maybe there isn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, I would prefer, like I said, the Arrows, the Scream Factories, the Second Sights, the real boutique labels that put loving care into their special features and transfers and packaging. That's who needs to do this release. Now, this might be one of those that Lionsgate is not going to let go of it or license it out. Could be one of those. I think likelihood, let's say Lionsgate Limited puts this out. I could see Imprint doing it, because they seem to have a deal with Lionsgate to put out Lionsgate releases. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. They brought that out. Wolf Creek. They did, what else? Jackie Brown. So they do have access to some of those Lionsgate catalogs. Can you imagine like a big, like the Kill Bill, The Keep, Silent Night, Deadly Night, big box set of The Evil Dead? I'd be all for it. As far in terms of special features, they're just limited to what Lionsgate would do. But at least with the packaging and the extras, would be pretty cool. Anyways, there's the next on the list. We have the original Evil Dead. Guys, this next one, this is another one that has gotten a 4K. Actually, I have 2 releases of this movie on 4K, and that is Hereditary, Ari Aster's film, A24 film, Hereditary. I have the slipcover and the new steelbook that came out. I am completely surprised that at least A24 hasn't put this out. Now, I believe that has something to do with the distribution rights. Yeah, like this one says Lionsgate 2 on the back. I mean, I'm not researching very much into this. I'm just reading what's on the back of the actual slip. Because you see, a title like Hereditary, to me, absolutely screams Second Sight. Man, I'm telling you, if they can get their hands on this title, do a transfer from them. I don't know if they would do their own transfer, but the packaging, I think, would be incredible. Getting Ari Aster back, Toni Collette back to talk about this film, I think that would be just... I'm just saying it would do really, really well for Second Sight. So, Second Sight, if you can hear me, if you're able to, I really think you should pursue this, because having a Second Sight level release on Hereditary would be incredible. I don't know how likely that is. Probably isn't, but you know, this video is just my wishes. So there you go. We have got Hereditary. Now, guys, this next one I know has gotten a 4K announcement. There actually is another one that you can pre-order now. It's some German boutique label. They're doing, you know, they do their media books. They're doing this. And then Scream Factory had announced they're doing it, but I haven't seen anything since them being kind of not really taken over, but funneled through Groove. But that is George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. I love this Blu-ray. I love the film. But this is one that I think we have all been dying to get on 4K. We already got Night and Dawn of the Dead. Get Day of the Dead on 4K. I think this would look incredible. Scream Factory, I think they'll do a pretty good job. Hopefully, special features wise, you know, no guarantees there with new stuff. I really hope, I know I keep bringing up Second Sight, that they seem, out of the UK labels, they seem to be the company that I think would do this justice, because they already did Dawn of the Dead with that incredible, you know, limited edition set. If they did the very same kind of framework, right, same design and everything, basically like a sister release of Day of the Dead, I mean, that's what needs to happen. And as far as Night goes, that's public domain. Second Sight, jump on that and get the trilogy and those massive top loader limited edition sets. That'd be pretty cool. That would look beautiful on the shelf. And the amount of additional content I'm sure Second Sight would put into these. Because if they were able to put out those 2 titles, Day of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead, you know they would not take it lightly. It would be like they did with The Hitcher in Possession. It'll probably take a while for it to come out, but you know when it comes out, it's gonna be worth the wait, the definitive edition. But anyways, one that I'm excited that's supposed to be coming to 4K, that is Day of the Dead. Next one, guys, this one I actually don't own. This one I first saw on Netflix, and there is one physical release. However, it is very, very expensive to get now, unless you go like the bootleg route, which I don't usually do that much. But anyways, that is The Void. You can catch that on Netflix. It is a phenomenal, phenomenal movie. I just want either a re-release of the Blu-ray or give us a 4K. I think it would look incredible in 4K. The Void, I mean, it's just this body horror, kind of sci-fi, H.P. Lovecraftian cult horror, even a genre. Would that be considered folk horror? Anyways, it's got all of that, all wrapped up into this really, really fun film that I think you guys can check out. As I said, I don't own it because the Blu-ray is so expensive, but I think that's an incredible release. If we can get a 4K, get a good boutique label to put it out, Arrow, I think would be great with that. Oh, shocker, Second Sight again. And even Scream Factory, I could see them taking a crack at it. But anyways, that's my next wish list, to get some type of upgrade, whether in terms of 4K or a Blu-ray again. That is The Void. Next one, guys, this is the original from 2 and 3 that actually just got 4Ks last year from Scream Factory. You guys already probably know what I'm talking about here, and that is the original Sleepaway Camp. Now, this one has been long discussed, long debated in the forums. You see the amount of forums that have talked about this getting a 4K. Apparently the negatives are missing, and so they're not really doing it. But the 2 and 3, they use the inner positive. Arrow use the inner positive for Ninja Turtles 2 and 3. So it can be done, and it can look really good. So I just think, just put this out. If you're able to take that inner positive of this to do a new scan in 4K, bring this up to today's standards, give it the HDR, Dolby Vision, and the special features, give it a nice packaging. People, I think, would go crazy for that because this is a very, very beloved film franchise, but this one in particular I think is phenomenal. So that's going to be my next one I want to talk about right here is Sleepaway Camp. And as far as me picking a boutique label that I think should put this out on 4K, it's going to be Scream Factory. They already did 2 and 3. Give us the first one with the slip. I think it will look great with 2 and 3. So there you are, Sleepaway Camp. Guys, next we have this Sean Connery, Nick Cage has got Ed Harris. This, I love this movie, and that is The Rock. Now, I didn't have high hopes of this coming out in 4K because it was owned by Disney through, I think it's Hollywood. Is it Hollywood Records? I think Hollywood Pictures, I'm sorry, which is a label of Disney. But if you guys haven't noticed, Disney has been allowing some of their titles through other, I think Sony was handling their physical media releases. Con Air is supposed to be coming out, which is I believe is through Hollywood Pictures. I know it's under the Disney umbrella. When I saw that, I was like, okay, The Rock can come out, especially with Tombstone getting a 4K steelbook. It'll probably be a steelbook only in the States, and in like UK and stuff, they'll get a slipcover because they don't think people here in the US want physical meter. Anyways, whatever. That's a topic for another day. But this one I think is very, very long overdue. For a 4K, I think it would look amazing. The bathroom shootout scene, all the shots of them breaking into Alcatraz. This is a fun movie. Also a great score, by the way. But anyways, this desperately needs a 4K. I'm shooting for 2026. We'll see, though. I was surprised with Tombstone. I'm really surprised with Con Air. So that just makes this more possible. So there you are, The Rock. The next one, guys, this one is another one I don't have because I think the only way you can get it is a Region B DVD. Well, it wouldn't be Region B, but, you know, a different region DVD. And that is Ken Russell's The Devils. At one time, I was looking to see who has the distribution rights for that, and that is Warner Brothers. Now, after seeing Altered States get a 4K and seeing Arrow Video's partnership with Warner Brothers and Vinegar Syndrome's new deal with Warner Brothers, it's possible. I don't think, like, looking at it logically, I really don't think this will happen. I would be surprised, but I'm very, very hopeful, and I think Vinegar Syndrome is the company to do it. I think it would just make sense for them to do it, especially that kind of film. Imagine the artwork they would do for that. It would be gnarly. You guys saw what they did with The Sadness. Just imagine what they would do with The Devils. So hopefully one day, fingers crossed, we'll see Ken Russell's The Devils. All right, guys, we got 3 more I want to talk about. This one right here. When did this one come out? I don't see it, but I believe it came out in the 80s. Actually, I know it came out in the 80s. Now, this one, I've talked about this film so much. It is one of my comfort watches. It stars Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid, Daniel LaRusso. But it is Crossroads. Now, I am honestly surprised at how many people I hear say, I've never seen the film. And a lot of people, when I say, oh, you know, we got to get Crossroads on 4K, put some treatment back into this movie. People think I'm talking about the Britney Spears Crossroads. No, it's not that one. This film stars Ralph Macchio, and he is basically a music prodigy. He is taking classes over at Juilliard, but in classical music over at Juilliard, but he truly loves the blues. Robert Johnson, to be specific. And he decides that what he wants to do is he wants to find this old blues harmonica player that supposedly knew Robert Johnson to find Robert Johnson's lost song. So they go down into the South to the Crossroads to see if they can find this song. And it's got a lot of great music. It is a phenomenal film. This one is another one that I think getting the 4K treatment. We need something with this. And, Vinegar Syndrome, I think, can do it. Get a VSU of Crossroads. I don't know. I think it would be a lot better than what they've been doing. But I really think this one deserves more than what it's currently getting. So there's my next pick. It's going to be Crossroads. Guys, this next one, this one actually already has a release from a boutique label, and that is The Omen. Now, this is the one from the box set, but I pulled this one out because I think we should focus just on this one. Now, the reason I think that this has kind of stopped at Blu-ray is because of this right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. 20th Century Fox, now owned by Disney. Disney is gatekeeping a lot of titles, guys. And I just hope that they can see the benefit and that there is a strong market for physical media. If we never see this on a boutique label again, I could see that happening, but at least give us something, some type of re-release, because look, I love that box set that Scream Factory put out. It's incredible. And clearly there's already a 4K out there because this is a 4K remastering of this film. So some will say, well, it's 4K mastering, it should be fine. Well, yeah, I mean, if it's on an actual 4K disc, you got a bigger disc, you could put more like Dolby Vision, HDR on there, which I think would really help out this movie. The graveyard scene alone, I think with that HDR and 4K would look incredible. It's just a shame that this is under the Disney umbrella, and it's a lot of those films, I'm afraid, won't see the light of day again. Now, I have been wrong, right? We just talked about Tombstone and Con Air, but yeah, this is one I really, really hope gets a kind of a re-release on 4K. If Disney would work with a boutique label, which they've done before with Criterion, they really should do it. So maybe Criterion to put it out, I could see them doing that. But anyways, The Omen. Guys, the last one. This is one that I have been shouting, another one that I've been shouting from the rooftops ever since Second Sight put out 2 Cronenberg films last year. They kicked off last year with The Brood and Scanners. Unfortunately, I think this is kind of in the same boat as The Omen, but that is Cronenberg's The Fly. And I'm telling you, Second Sight is the company to do this. They would do it the best, I really think. And especially to go along with The Brood and Scanners, to do more Cronenberg titles, give us The Fly. This is I think this is my favorite Cronenberg film. It is just everything about it. I mean, what hasn't been said already about this film? But I think unfortunately, like I said, this is kind of dying the same death as The Omen, because they're both 20th Century Fox titles. So the I don't know. Films like The Omen and The Fly, I don't see Disney trying to license them out to, or at least, getting Sony to put it out on 4K. Now, obviously, titles Tombstone, that has a more broader appeal, like Con Air, like The Rock would be. These two, not as much. But man, I would just love to see the day that Second Sight puts out The Fly. So that's my final pick for today's video, and that is The Fly. But guys, there it is. There's everything that I hoping gets at least, one case, a Blu-ray at least, but a 4K upgrade. Give us some boutique level treatments to some of these. These ones, I think it's sad to see that some of these might just die in the format they're at. So hopefully not. I could be completely wrong, and all these could get those type of treatments that I was just talking about. Who knows? But again, guys, let me know down below, what are some of your picks that you think and need that kind of treatment. But guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and of course, you all take care.